Pattaya smells like sea salt and fried garlic. At night, everything glows from the inside, even the cracked concrete walls and the stray dogs asleep on hot asphalt. I sit in a bar on Soy Place. Somewhere Elvis is playing. An old fan creaks like a grandpa who's seen too much. Next to me sits an American, tall, sunburned, wearing a faded shirt and eyes like a storm that passed but never left. He stares into his glass as if the past is hiding there. Then he says, "Prostitutes are more honest than wives." I laughed. He didn't. He was from Texas. He had a house with a white porch. Morning coffee smelled like wood and the future. Kids played baseball on the lawn. The dog smelled like corn chips and evenings. His wife called him Bear. He fixed boat engines in his workshop. Oil had soaked into his fingers like into an old map. In the evenings, when the heat melted away and the air turned thick like syrup, he built a boat. He named her Mary June after his wife. Every bolt he screwed in like a love letter. Every plank he sanded like he was polishing their shared tomorrow. He believed he was doing everything right, until he realized he wasn't building a boat, he was building a mirage. The first cracks came small. She stopped leaving his mug by the coffee machine. She laughed differently, deeper, softer, like the laughter wasn't meant for him anymore. She went out for milk that never seemed to run out, came back with eyes that looked through him, like frosted glass. He blamed it on tiredness, on love just getting quieter, like an old radio. And then it all collapsed. One day he forgot his phone at home. He came back for it and heard her laughing in the kitchen. The laugh sounded like a trigger clicking. He stopped in the doorway. She sat with her back to him, hair in a messy bun, shoulders trembling with laughter. On the screen, the face of their neighbor, his best friend, the same man he grilled steaks with on Saturdays while their kids chased a ball. The same man who always said, "You're lucky to have a wife like her." Now he whispered, "I can still taste you." And she laughed and bit her lip like she used to, only with him. He froze, as if the air had turned heavy and sticky like syrup, and he was just a bubble caught inside. His heart slammed against his skull like a hammer on rusted iron. He picked up his phone and left without a sound. Outside, the sun hit his eyes, but he didn't blink, as if the world no longer had the right to be bright. He didn't sleep for 3 nights, sat in his workshop among the smell of oil, staring at the boat. The wood he'd sanded for months felt foreign now, like someone else's skin. Every plank looked like a lie. He started watching her, took her old laptop, the one she thought he'd thrown away, found letters, long and sticky like melted sugar. They talked about hiding their tracks, how he left at 7:30 and didn't come back till noon, how this feeling is alive, and he's just quiet and reliable, like a fridge. He closed the laptop and just Saturday. The dog came and laid its head on his knee. He didn't move. On the 4th night he drove to the sea, sat on the pier, watching waves lick the concrete like they were trying to erase everything standing on it. He realized his life had become guard duty. He wasn't living. He was guarding the ruins of his loyalty. Next week, he told his childhood friend. The friend stayed quiet, then poured him bourbon and said, "Leave. Just leave. If you stay, you'll rot. If you want to be alive again, go to Pattaya. At least there, things are honest." He sold the boat, the workshop, the house, even the old dresser he built at 22, when hope was the only thing he owned. He left her an envelope with money and tickets, and walked out without even closing the door. Now he sits in a bar in Pattaya, stares at the sea and says, "Prostitutes are more honest than wives." And he smiles like a man who finally stopped lying to himself. I've met others like him. Men cracked open by betrayal. There was Sergei, a Russian. His wife cheated with his cousin. Sergei said it felt like someone had pulled his tooth out along with his jaw. He left for Vietnam, opened a hostel, and erased his old life like chalk from a board. There was Julian, a Frenchman. He left a note on the kitchen table. I'm tired of being the second choice in my own life. Then he disappeared. Now he grows papayas in Cambodia and talks to no one. And there was a quiet guy from Ohio. After his wife's affair, he stopped speaking completely. It's been 7 years. Psychologists at the University of Colorado found that betrayal activates the same brain areas as physical burns. Cheating doesn't just break trust, it scorches the memory. And yet in Pattaya I see women who sell their time and their touch. They don't promise love. They don't say you're the only one. They just smile, listen, and leave when the time is up. There's Lynn. She sends money to her parents every month, pays for her sister's school, dreams of opening a beauty salon. There's Psalm 21 from Isan. Her father's dead, her mother's sick, and medicine is expensive. She tells clients, I won't fall in love. I'll just help you feel less alone tonight. They are not saints, but they are honest. Friedrich Nietzsche wrote, lies destroy not because they are lies, but because they destroy trust. Prostitution doesn't ask for trust. Marriage runs on it entirely. Ernest Hemingway wrote, a man can be destroyed but not defeated. Infidelity doesn't defeat you. It just leaves ruins behind. I've watched men pay prostitutes and walk away smiling. They keep their illusions intact. They know what they're buying and what they're not. But the betrayed men, they carry ghosts. They carry burned photographs in their eyes. They carry the smell of smoke from houses still standing. A friend once joked, prostitution is like renting a scooter in Pattaya. You know it's not forever. You pay, you ride, you return it. Cheating, he said, is like your scooter running away with your neighbor, taking your house keys and all your memories with it. Dark joke, but accurate. You can survive loneliness. You can survive failure. But when the person you trusted most betrays you, you become a soldier without a flag, still standing, but with nowhere to march. Prostitution is a transaction. Infidelity is a betrayal. A transaction may be shameful. Betrayal is always fatal. And somehow, prostitutes turn out better. At least they never pretend to be your wife.